Hello, how are we all? Welcome back to my channel and to a super cozy vlog at home. I am so over this weather. Sorry to be a typical Brit, but I really thought spring was in the air and I was like, do you know what? It's here. Wardrobe changeover, let's go. April showers, true to their word. It is raining cats and dogs outside here in London, so I am super cozied up in the flat. And I just thought, you know what? Why don't we make a little vlog? Today is Friday the 21st of April. I don't know where April's gone. Again, crazy. I know I say this all the time because I edit my videos back and I hear myself say, where are the months gone? Madness. Zara has flown to Palma in Spain today with her friend Chloe, and I am so jealous. She's literally just texted me and she's like, we're in the airport and I'm looking at the weather and it's nearly 30 degrees and I'm like, No, I hope she has the best time. I really do. She deserves it. She's been working so hard. So I'm in London with Mags, and do you know what? I'm just gonna have a really chill weekend. I've got a bit of work to do, but do you know what's really interesting? I thought about this recently, about what it's like growing up in London. So when I moved to London, I was a teenager, and I'm now turning 26 this year. Crazy, I know. It's one of the most interesting things when you grow up as a person in a city, because I feel like you constantly feel like you have to be doing something, and you look at what other people are doing your age and you feel like you should be going out and drinking and all whatever people do when they're a late teen, early 20s and whatnot. But I've never really done any of that, and I mean I do go out for drinks and you know, I love all that, but for me, I take great comfort in just being me. Like, as a person, I feel like I've never really fit in into that stereotype, you know. I'm just me, and I love that for me. So I enjoy cozy days inside. I'm such an introvert in that sense. I love reading, I love cooking, I love opening a good bottle of wine and putting some music on and just sitting and enjoying my own company, because that's just me. And yeah, I take great comfort in that. And I've got Mags here, and she's just currently snoozing off camera. It's just, that's what we're gonna do today. So I thought it'd just be super nice to spend the day together. So we're gonna cook some good food, we're gonna have a little read. Yeah, all good. So I hope you're in the mood for that. I thought I'd actually do a little bit of a third of the year. Are we third of the year? 4, 8, 12, yeah. 12 months in a year, 4 months in. How many books I've read this year? I am missing one, but I will come on to that. So I thought we could do a little catch up. If you're in the mood for that. If you don't read, then you can skip ahead to further into the video. But I just thought this would be interesting because there's a wide old range. Like I say, we are missing one, and I will come on to that. If you've been watching my vlogs since the start of the year, or when you've joined, hi. You'll know I've spoken about most of these, but I just thought it'd be nice to do a roundup. First one, Anthony Bourdain's Kitchen Confidential. This was a gift from Zara's aunt and uncle who love their food. I've never read any of Anthony Bourdain's work, and this was beautiful and heartbreaking at the same time. Obviously, I didn't know what happened to Anthony Bourdain, but when I got this book, I did a bit of research, and he sadly took his own life. He battled with a lot of demons, a lot of drugs, and yeah, this was an edit. So he'd actually footnoted some of the pages with his like thoughts after this book was published. Really, really recommend this if you're interested in food, in hospitality. This was written in, I think it was in the 70s in America, and then like all about his chefing career. Really, really great read, thoroughly recommend. I then moved on to The 7 Husbands of Evelyn, Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I haven't got that book because I gave it to my mum to read, and I think she's read it and she absolutely loved it. I didn't realise that Taylor Jenkins Reid also wrote Daisy Jones and the Six, which is also what a lot of people have been saying is really good, and it's a TV show too. I loved The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. It was so well written. You really, really believed each of the characters. It kind of went through each of her 7 husbands and why she had 7 husbands. And it was just phenomenal. Like, I absolutely loved it. One of the best books I've read. And Zara read it too. She loved it. Really, really enjoyed it. And I hope they make it into like a series or a film. Then I moved on to A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. And I've spoke about this a lot on my channel. This was one of the, I think it's possibly the longest book I've ever read, bar like the Harry Potter or, yeah. I really don't know what I feel about this book. I feel everything and I feel nothing. It's the most upsetting book I've ever read, that's for sure, but it was one of the most beautiful books I've ever read as well, and it stays with you. Literally, it just, the words, oh yeah, even talking about it now, I've actually got tickets to see this in the theatre in a couple of months' time, and I'm really looking forward to it, but also I know it's going to be really difficult to watch. It follows 4 people who moved to New York, and they all have different walks of life, and it focuses on a main character called Jude, who has just had one of the most awful lives that you can imagine, and it's just, yeah, it's a tough read. So definitely approach this with caution, as I've said previously, but do read it if you feel like you have the mind space and capacity to do so. Then it moves on to Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmus. I love this book so much. It was perfect. It was everything I needed after a little life. Set in the 60s, Elizabeth Zott is a ex-chemist. She gets essentially let go from her job. I don't want to give too much away, but then she finds herself becoming a TV presenter of a cookery show, and this is brilliant. Trigger warning does cover death in here as well, but I just loved it. It's funny, it's really just good. I can't talk about this book enough. I really enjoyed it. It obviously unpacks things like sexism, misogyny, but in like the best way possible. So yeah, thoroughly recommend. I also read this, I completely forgot to mention this, My Name is Lucy Barton by Elizabeth Strout, and I just didn't get this book at all. I think I might have not even mentioned this on YouTube, because it's literally, it's 191 pages. I read it in about 3 days, and I just thought, what did I just read? Like, I didn't believe any of the characters. I didn't really, it just felt a bit lacking, like it was lacking something for me. I do have another book by Elizabeth Strout, so I'm gonna give that a try. But for me, I just didn't get it. I did not understand this. Maybe that was just me. Let me know if you've read it and your thoughts. And then moves on to Black Cake by Charmaine Wilkerson. Again, I've spoke about this in the vlog. I felt like this was a real mix of everything. It was comedy, it was, well, I mean, comedy sounds bad. There were funny moments, but it was a real insight into Caribbean history, culture. It's about 2 estranged siblings who come together to essentially deal with their mother's death. But in doing so, they learn about their mother and her past. Yeah, it was just, it was a mix for me. I did love so much of it, but there were parts that I felt could have been better. I got a bit lost, the pace just slowed down. It felt like you were literally walking through treacle at one point, but then it picked up towards the end, and yeah, it wasn't awful, but I wasn't enamored, if that makes sense. My most recent read, guys, I finished this in 3 days. Literally 3 days. Zara said I have to read this. This is The Catch by T.M. Logan, and I'm so glad I did. I felt like I needed this after Black Cake. Again, just like a real fast, quick page turner. This would be such a good holiday read. Brief synopsis, there is a husband called Ed who has a daughter, and she is about to get married, and he is a bit suspicious about her partner. It's a father's instinct, and let's just say he suspects a lot, and this is so good. Apparently it's been made into a TV series, although a lot of you have said that it's not good, so avoid. But yeah, The Catch. And then he also has another one in the back of this that has really good reviews called Trust Me. So I'm gonna keep an eye out for that in some charity shops, because I might be able to find it, and I'll let you know how that is. And then I've just started today Wrong Place, Wrong Time by Gillian McAllister, and oh my goodness, already loving it so much. Zara again has read this and recommended it. She's such a quick reader, because obviously Zara commutes into town for work, so she has that commuter time, whereas I'm busy tottering around the flat doing bits and bobs online on socials and stuff, so I don't have that dedicated reading time. So she reads really quick, so she read this and thoroughly recommended it, so I'm really looking forward to it. An ingenious plotted murder mystery, and Reese Witherspoon put this in her book club pick. So yeah, it's about a mum and a son. The son commits a murder, and then she sees him commit the murder. She falls back asleep, but then is able to essentially find out why he did it and try and stop him. That's the bit on the back. I will leave all of those titles linked down below. Yeah, I'm just gonna go and crack on with some work now, so not really much to film on that sense, but when I'm done I have some groceries to go and grab and head out in that awful rain. Also, I mentioned this in a previous vlog about a item we found on Facebook Marketplace. Now, the woman never got back to us, but then she's replied today, and she is selling a lovely Globe drinks trolley, £30, some sale on Facebook Marketplace in Fulham. And she's just replied and said, I'm available from 2 to 3:30 today to collect it. I'm really excited to collect it because me and Zara love anything like that and they are usually really expensive. And this one looks really good, so fingers crossed it's a good purchase. But yeah, it's gonna go in the living room and I can't wait to go and grab it. So I'm gonna finish my coffee and go and sit at my desk and do some editing of some food videos and hope this rain stops. Maggie gets awfully sad whenever any of us go anywhere. Like whenever I leave, she always snuggles into Zara and the same. She knows Zara's gone now, so she is very upset. Labradors have such attachment issues, I swear. Why is it the minute you sit down to do work, the doorbell goes every time? So I've just finished up an edit. I use my iPad to edit all of my food content. So this is how I do it. I import all the footage from my phone. I use my phone to record the voice memos and the notes to go over the top. So all of my voiceovers get imported with the footage and I edit it all down. So then I just literally have all of my clips in and then it's just a case of putting them together. With buttery coriander naan is one of my favourite things. There we are. So that's how I do it. That's pretty much what I get up to in the kitchen. All I need is my phone. I used to use fancy camera equipment and I still do. But I think sometimes simpler is better. I get a lot of questions asking about people wanting to start out in the industry, you know, being a creator, filming videos, that kind of thing. I'm fully self-taught. Ewan, Mr. Carrington, fully self-taught as well. We learn on the go how to edit and that kind of thing. So as long as you have a phone with a fairly decent camera, the world's your oyster. So I finished up my edits and just quickly ran to the shop. Got some bits for some recipes and also for dinner. I'm gonna do some salmon fillets. I've just got a nice chunky loaf of bread for breakfast. Obviously I do have my bread maker, but it's really nice to have like a nice crusty sourdough. I've got some instant coffee because I'm gonna do another Ghirardelli brownie mix. And a lot of you guys were saying put instant coffee in it. I also got a face mask in the drugstore for tonight. I thought let's be bougie. Yeah, got some rice, some salmon, some rice, a little sweet potato. I'm gonna roast that with some harissa and some broccoli. Yeah, I'm gonna quickly eat some lunch and then I need to head in the car and drive and pick up the bar cart. Right, coat on, Diet Coke in hand, ready to drive through London. I'm gonna take Maggie to Bassey Park just for a little run because it's super near. Fulham. Do you wanna go for a little walk? Jet, come and help me pick up a little thing from Facebook Marketplace and go for a walk? Okay, come on then. So we're all in the car and London traffic on a Friday is never good. Never good. It's only 4 miles, literally Fulham is 4 miles from our house, but I am currently sat in traffic. Which is not great, but it's fine. It is what it is. I've messaged the seller and said I'm on my way. I'm really excited. I hope you guys like it. It's a bit different, but it's very much our style, like traditional. But yeah. Hope it's good. I think for £30 is a pretty good price. Also, when I was leaving the car park, the maintenance person of our block was putting up signs in the car park to say that the parking charges are now in place. So yeah, £150 every 3 months we now have to pay, which is so annoying. But it is what it is. But yeah, I was speaking to Zara before she left and I am like, we're both so ready to just for a change in every sense. But yeah, it's going to be so soon and we'll be starting the whole property journey, searching for houses and the stress that comes with that. So yeah, prepare yourself because that is going to be, you're probably just going to hear me twisting and moaning in every video. But yeah, it's going to be, I'm sure it'll be a process. Whether or not it'll be a fun process is a completely different story, but yeah, I will document it regardless. Also, I did say to Zara, like, is it a good idea buying a new piece of furniture like this bar cart? We might move somewhere that's smaller than what we've got. Like, we literally don't know. Hopefully we don't. The idea is that we get a bit more space and maybe a bit of a garden, but it's too good of a piece to miss, and it's not too big, so yeah. But yeah, it's mad. Like, this is going to be a piece of furniture we'll take to a new place, a new house. Feels weird saying that out loud. Bar cart secured. I cannot believe what happened. If this isn't testament to Maggie being obsessed with golden retrievers and wanting a house. So obviously she's in the back. So I get out, I park outside the person's house, get out, I open the door and obviously she's strapped in. So I unleash her from her collar to pop the lead around her neck, and she's usually so good. She's obviously looked over my shoulder, obviously the terraced houses in London. She's looked over my shoulder and saw an open door on the opposite side of the road, and there's a golden retriever in this house, in a very beautiful house. You know, we're in Fulham, like these houses, these Victorian houses, a gorgeous entranceway, a very kind of well-to-do woman. I was like, oh my goodness, we've got a dog in the house. So I'm like running after Maggie, like, Maggie, no, no, no. And she's ran in this house and she's playing with this golden retriever in their hallway. I'm literally like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Maggie, Maggie, come back. She thinks it's a game. And I'm like, no, 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 no. This woman was super kind. She was like, oh my God, don't worry, I shouldn't have left the door open. I was like, no, no, Maggie shouldn't have ran in. So I got Maggie. Their dog was called Monty. Oh my God, I'm literally like, I was mortified. And then obviously this all this commotion happened, and the person who was selling me the bar cart opened their door, and they're like, are you here for the bar cart? I was like, yes, yes I am. Just give me 2 minutes. I'm just gonna put Maggie back in the car. Oh dear me. So yeah, got the bar cart, super nice. Really happy with it. I'll show you when we are home. I'm just gonna drive to Bassey Park now so Maggie can stretch her legs after that escapade. There we are, got Maggie on the lead. She is all secured so she can't go running in people's houses. She knows Bassey Park so well. Like, I think it's the sense. She must recognise it. Someone is not even remotely tired and is ready to go with her ball again and again and again. So I'm back from Bassey Park with Mags, and this is our new Globe bar cart. Maggie's having a little sniff. I am so pleased with this. I just took a photo and sent it to Zara and she loves it too. Now, something to note, it's not an original. Of course it's not an original. If it was £30, that would have been the bargain of a century. So I've just done a bit of Googling, and apparently Zoffoli was the original manufacturer from Italy, and it dates back to as long as the 16th century. So there we are. Obviously this isn't a 16th century bar cart. However, they are online for thousands and thousands of pounds, like obviously real solid wood ones. Zoffoli, here we go, this is a £500 one, so it's obviously a replica. Hi Max, I'm really happy with it. So obviously it's got the paper lining inside, and then the lid just closes shut on top like that. And then you can pop all of your drinks and bottles and glassware up top, and you can do some more decorative bottles underneath. And it's on these brass casters, which is really nice. It means you can actually move it around, so you could use it as a serving trolley if you'd like. Obviously having two bar carts is, you know, it's a bit extreme. The idea would be that we pop all of the glassware and things like here in a cabinet one day, maybe like a built-in and like an alcove, and then all of the glass and all of the bottles, sorry, would be stored in like a cupboard, and we just have the fancy ones up top. But I'm so pleased with this. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna wheel it in this corner for now and see how it looks. It might look a bit crowded, but let's see. Oh, I actually think that looks quite nice. You can still access everything, close the blinds if you need to. Maggie's very invested. You happy with it? Yep, nice addition. I love that. I think that looks great. The weather's actually so nice. I think I'm gonna go for a run. I feel like I wanna move my body, and yeah, the sun's just come out and I was seeing a lot of runners on the way back from the park, so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna join them and take myself for a little run. I haven't ran in a long time, so I'm gonna take it nice and easy, but yeah, why not? I am sweaty. Run done. That was 4.5 miles. I'm not sure what that is in kilometers, maybe like 7-ish, 6.5, 7. Oh, feels good to move the legs, but my goodness, I haven't run in a long time. Whew. And catch my breath and give Maggie May some food. She usually gets fed at 6 PM. It's a whole 20 minutes past. Look at her. Do you want some food? Come on then, come on. I'm all showered and I'm ready for dinner because that run has worked up an appetite. This got delivered today, and I checked the front of the date of it. It was supposed to be delivered on the 27th of March, nearly a month. Royal Mail in the UK is just so backlogged, obviously with the strikes and stuff, which, you know, I fully support because everyone needs more money. It's from Heinz. It's a collaboration between Heinz and Absolute, who make vodka. So it's the new vodka pasta sauce. Now this is like a viral trend online. How cool is that as a box? Obviously it's coming in the shape of a vodka bottle box, but it's the vodka pasta sauce. Now, I have made vodka pasta many times before. It was made famous by Gigi Hadid, and it's delicious. But how cool is that in terms of a like a crossover of brands. I think that is so cool. Anyway, for dinner, I'm not having vodka pasta sauce, although if I'd have known that was arriving, I definitely would have had that. And I'm gonna have some rice, just golden vegetable rice. I'm gonna air fry some sweet potato with some harissa and chili. And I'm gonna do some steamed broccoli with garlic and some pan-fried salmon. So nice and healthy. And there we are, dinner is served. That was literally ready in like 10 minutes. I've got harissa sweet potatoes with a little bit of salt and paprika on there, golden vegetable rice, a salmon fillet. This was marinated, pre-marinated with crispy skin, and some soya and honey broccoli with the stems and some sesame seeds. Right, let's go in for a taste test. I put some Q-ply mayo on as well. It's like a Korean spicy mayo. I don't really know if that goes with fish, but I like the taste of it. In fact, no, it does. You have it in like sushi. I'm such a carb fiend, like potatoes, pasta, bread, love all of the above. And then some of the honey and soy broccoli. Really, really tasty. Dinner was delicious. I really enjoyed that. I don't often have like fish cooked at home because obviously Zara doesn't like fish. So yeah, really enjoyed it. Got Maggie just snuggled here and I'm about to watch some Netflix. I'm not really sure what I'm going to watch. I might have a look and see what's on. The trouble is with Zara's away, I can't start anything because obviously then she's going to catch up as well. So yeah, I am going to wrap this vlog up. I'm just going to do a face mask, which you guys do not need to see. I don't need to put that on the internet. But yeah, I really hope you've enjoyed this little brief day, cozy day in the flat. But yeah, if you have, as always, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And I will catch you all very soon in a future video. Bye for now.